I'm going to make a quick video because I have to go and stuff like that. I'm going to make a quick video, you know, and stuff like that. Anyways, I do not believe that the CDC did their proper job. I think they look like fools. I mean, don't you think the CDC looks like a bunch of fools? That's what I think. Because the CDC should have contained the virus before it got out. Unless that maybe the government released the virus. That's what it points to, that the government released the swine flu virus. Because the CDC is usually good at containing viruses. Well, maybe not, they're not perfect, but I still think they could have contained the swine flu when it came from Mexico. Or at least that's what you're being told. It could have been that across the border, border patrolmen stuck needles in them and put swine flu in the Mexicans. No, you know, I don't want to sound like, I'm not trying to sound like racial or anything, but I'm just saying that they could have stuck the swine flu shot in people and then started releasing another copy of the swine flu, which goes from person to person, airborne like a pandemic. Stuff like this, I think it's been released by the government because the CDC didn't do their duty. If a town get it, they're supposed to stop it. They're supposed to quarantine people infected, and then when the infection passes, or if people there find a solution, they should get rid of it without causing harm to the patient. That's how the CDC is supposed to work. They're supposed to be for safety, not giving people more health problems and other stuff. And also, the swine flu shot, when you think about it, it's just, they didn't do their job. It just makes me wonder that the CDC did not dare do their duty. That is what I am saying. And if not, does this mean that the government could be involved with the release of the swine flu? Because the CDC should have done their job. The usual quarantines is that they don't quarantine, you know, what they're doing where they're forcing vaccinations among people, and if you don't take the vaccine, you have to be quarantined forever. The fact is, that's not how the CDC works. In democracy, or in any system, that's not how the CDC is supposed to work. The Center for Disease Control. The usual thing is that if you get the virus, you need to get yourself into quarantine immediately so you don't infect other people. But what if you have no infection? It's pretty obvious it's wrong to quarantine people that don't have the virus. In a way, that's being held a prisoner against your will, which is forbidden in both the Constitution and the Geneva Conventions of banning cruel and unusual punishment. You're being punished simply because you're not submitting to their orders. Unreasonable orders. You're being quarantined even though you have no virus. I think that the CDC is not following proper protocol, and if that is true, if they're not following their usual proper protocol, then I demand an investigation of the CDC, the World Health Organization, and an investigation into the military in Fort Dix, and any possible military that released the virus using some sort of a trucking system, where they automatically release a virus into the environment. I demand an investigation of the CDC.